Welcome to Jonesboro, Arkansas, as our 6-1 Tigers of Grambling State travel to take on the Red Wolves of Arkansas State. First quarter action, Red Wolves drive and Hansen drops back and hits Edwards on the outside for 11. Then Hansen with the pump fake and lobs it up for Bayless, and he out-jumps Nichols. The big wideout picks up 31. A few plays later, Hansen drops back, scrambles to his right, shakes two Tigers, and slides for an 8-yard gain. Later in the drive, Juan takes the handoff and gets into the end zone. Red Wolves strike first, 7-0. GSU takes over. Austin drops back and hits Gunn on the curl route. And check out the spin move. The freshman turns it upfield, and he is gone. 72 yards to the house. We're all knotted up at 7. A-State's next possession, Hansen drops back, has all the time in the world, and decides to take off. He jukes out two Tigers and turns it upfield, and is pushed out after picking up 29. Later, Hansen shows off his touch. Check out this throw to Edwards on the outside for 14. A few plays later, Juan takes the handoff, and the speedy back makes a move and gets into the end zone. 14-7 Red Wolves. Next Grambling possession, Charlie Brooks takes the handoff up the middle and picks up 10 yards. Next play, Higgins takes the counter right, gets the corner, and turns on the Jets. The junior gets his longest rush of the year, 43 yards. Then Phil Austin takes the option right and gets down to the 3-yard line. Next play, the freshman QB gets into the end zone. We're all knotted up at 14. Next A-State possession, they come out running. Juan goes up the middle, runs over Smith, and picks up the first down. Then Juan takes the counter right, cuts it up the middle, weaves through the G-man traffic, and picks up 20. A few plays later, Hansen drops back and takes off to the right. He turns it upfield, bounces off of carry, and gains 11 yards. Then Hansen tries to set up the option left, but big Cam Richardson is there for the TFL. The drive would stall, and the Red Wolves will settle for 3. And here come the Tigers. Austin drops back and hits Gunn on the slant. He turns it upfield for 15. A couple plays later, Austin drops back, feels the pressure. He scrambles left, turns it upfield, and picks up the Tiger first down. Then Austin goes back to the air. He lobs it up for Jackson on the corner route, and he catches it. What a catch. 1st and goal Tigers. Next play, Higgins goes up the gut and gets into the end zone. Grambling takes the 21-17 lead. A-State looks to answer back. Hansen fakes the handoff, but is tackled by Donald Freeman for the loss. A few plays later, Hansen drops back, throws a dart to Williams. The big tight end goes beast mode. He sheds 3 tackles and is brought down after picking up 18. A few plays later, Hansen takes the option right, turns it upfield, and gains 11 yards. Then on 3rd and long, Hansen drops back and connects with Edwards on the outside. He sheds a tackle and gets upfield for 19. Later, Hansen sets up the screen for Juan. The back gets upfield, catches a block, and is pushed out at the 2. Next play, Hansen fakes the option, keeps it left, and fights into the end zone. 24-21 Arkansas State. Ensuing kickoff, Higgins catches it at the 1. He starts up the numbers, bounces it to the outside. He gets the corner and is off to the races. He's finally pushed out at the 50. Then the Tigers would come out running. Brooks takes the handoff up the middle and fights his way for 10 yards. Then Brooks gets it again, going up the gut strong, picking up another 11. A few plays later, Higgins takes the handoff right, makes a cut, and powers his way to 11 yards. Later in the drive, Austin will keep the option right. He makes a cut and picks up 12. 1st and goal, Tigers. Next play, CB23 fights his way into the end zone, setting Grambling State up at the half, 28-24. Good to see the offense clicking again, but the defense, they got to tighten up and stop the Red Wolves offense. Start of the 3rd, Austin comes out throwing. He connects with Higgins across the middle for 15. Next play, Austin will drop back, and he hits Gunn on the curl route. He spins again and is off to the races. The freshman does it again. Touchdown, Demetrius Gunn. 2 spin moves equals 2 touchdowns. Next Red Wolves drive, Hansen tries to set up the screen, but Deontay Bridgewater picks it off, and they won't catch him. Pick 6 for the junior safety. GSU has blown this game wide open. Red Wolves look to bounce back. Hansen keeps the option left, makes a couple of moves, and gets a great block downfield. He gets dragged down after a huge gain. Then Hansen drops back. He tries to scramble right and gets laid out by Freeman, and it's a fumble. 2 Tigers can't jump on it. A-State finally recovers the ball. Red Wolves tried a long field goal, but the kicker pushes it right. No good. Tigers still up 18. And Grambling's run game would take over. Brooks takes the handoff right, weaves and bounces through the Red Wolves defense for a gain of 21. Then Austin goes back to the air. He connects with Gunn again. This time for a gain of 13, it would lead to a Tigers field goal. After an A-State 3-and-out, Austin throws a dart to Clark. The wideout picks up 15 and another Grambling first down. Next play, Charlie Brooks goes up the gut and fights his way for 10 yards. Then Will Higgins takes the counter right, and check out the moves. He cuts it in and cuts it out, turns it upfield, and it's a foot race. He gets tackled after picking up 40 yards. Then number 4 would get his second touchdown on the next play, giving the Tigers a 28-point lead. But A-State keeps fighting. Hansen drops back and hits Juan on the check down. He turns it upfield to pick up 14. Later in the drive, Hansen sets up the screen for Juan, but he gets blown up in the backfield by Josh Carey for a 4-yard loss. A few plays later, Hansen drops back and lobs it to the outside for McInnes, and somehow he is able to drag a toe for 15 yards. Next play, Hansen sets up the screen for Juan, but Josh Carey jumps the route and picks it off, and he is off to the races. The freshman linebacker takes it back to the house. 45 yards later, GSU was up 35 points. Last go around for A-State, Hansen drops back and has tons of time. He drops a dime to Edwards on the outside for 9. Then Juan takes the handoff, shakes off Big Cam, gets upfield and picks up 15. A few plays later, Hansen drops back and threads the needle to McInnes for a gain of 19 yards. Then Hansen keeps the option left and stumbles and falls forward for the first down. First and goal, A-State. Juan takes the handoff, tries to cut it outside, but is tackled after a gain of 1. Then Hansen drops back and hits Edwards coming open across the middle. He's tackled down at the 1-yard line. Third down, Hansen feels the pressure and throws the ball out of the back of the end zone. It's 4th and goal. Hansen keeps the option up the middle, but it's stopped by Jackson. Turnover on downs. What a stand by the G-Men defense. And that would do it. The G-Men offense would run the clock out, sending the Tigers on to win in convincing fashion, 59-24. Phil Austin had a bounce-back game, 9 of 10 for 221 yards and 3 total touchdowns. On the ground, Charlie Brooks and Will Higgins are a dynamic 1-2 punch. Brooks finished with 139 yards and a touchdown, while Higgins had 134 yards and 2 scores. Demetrius Gunn had his best game as a Tiger, 4 catches for 142 yards and 2 scores. And it was a tale of 2 halves for the G-Man defense, giving up 24 points in the first and holding A-State to 0 points in the second half, spearheaded by 2 pick sixes from Josh Carey and Deontay Bridgewater. What a win for our Tigers, moving us to 7-1 on the season. Next up is a battle with Texas State. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're brand new. And don't forget, you can hit your boy up on Twitter and Instagram. Stay up to date with the Dynasty at Big C Gat Game. And we'll talk in the Tigers Den podcast, where we welcome the 3rd member of the class of 2019. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.